Ladies and Gentlemen, ich freue mich sehr, eine neue Folge von Tolga Meets hier auf 98.8 KISS FM und heute ein junger Mann hier, wo ich ja sagen muss, ey, alle Ladies, ja, die haben sich da zweimal umgedreht, als der hier reinkam. Das kennen wir als Moderatoren hier natürlich nicht bei KISS, das passiert immer nur unseren schönen Gästen. Ja. Mikolas Josef heute bei uns, hello.
Hello Germany, thanks for having me, KISS.
Now you love somebody new, I always knew, so come and give it to me.
I was just actually telling everybody that, you know, you're a handsome guy and all the ladies were like, ooh, who's that hottie? And it's like something that never happens to us at KISS.
No. I understood a little bit, so yeah, I'm ashamed.
We, of course, are going to talk about your music, about the Eurovision Song Contest, but first of all, let's check what the perfect Sunday would be like. Like, you wake up, open your eyes, and what has to happen to make it a perfect day?
I know exactly what to tell you right now. So you don't open your eyes; you just keep on sleeping.
That would be perfect.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that would be amazing. That would be my ideal Sunday. Maybe some food, you know, next to the bed, and I'm happy.
And of course, writing songs.
Yeah, well, if I could have a day of just sleeping, that would be amazing. But of course, writing songs is something that I love to do. So maybe a little session would not be so bad.
Let's talk about the Eurovision Song Contest, which
Sure.
is a huge deal. Like,
Yeah.
not only in Europe, like worldwide, people watch it even in the United States and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a very big chance to make people recognize you and to see what you're doing and what you're
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
How was it? It's been a couple of days now.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of the vibe, Eurovision vibe still continues going. I went there this year. I was offered actually to go there last year, but that was with the track that somebody else wrote, and I didn't really connect to that track. So I was really happy that this year they managed to send me there with my own song that I released on my own, and it really felt like me.
And you produce it, right?
And I produced it, that's right. And I'm really happy that it happened like this, because I was there on stage having something authentic, something that I believe in, and I think that made it all worth it. So yeah, for me it was a crazy ride, and right now that it's over, it feels like summer camp is over, you know. Yeah.
It's a crazy journey. I mean, when I was a kid, it was like always a family thing to watch the Eurovision Song Contest.
I think it still is, you know.
It probably still is, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how is your Eurovision Song Contest?
Well, honestly, it's not so big in the Czech Republic where I come from originally, but when then I started to travel and I realized how, like, for example, in Scandinavia, in Sweden, it's like religion, you know, in Netherlands, you know, also. So all these countries are like really into Eurovision, and I think it's a great way for an artist to be heard and to get his music out like this. You know. Look at me, I would probably, never do the things that I'm doing now if it wasn't for this huge wave of TV promotion. So not only that, but it was a great experience, met a lot of artists, and learned a lot. Before, I consider myself more of a producer, you know, and a writer, rather than performer. And Eurovision made me a performer, so I'm happy for that.
And what you're doing has to be good. I mean, we don't invite many acts from the Eurovision Song Contest. You're pretty much like the first one at KISS FM.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So
wow.
high five to that.
High five for that. Well, thank you. I feel very much humbled and honored. Wow, this is crazy. So yeah. So perhaps it's not only Eurovision. Hope you like the track. I mean, I think it's always about the track, and I think that with mine, I was not expecting for them to select it to go represent, because it's not really a Eurovision track, you know. That's what I think. It's a really pop, current wave, not that sort of thing, like that ballad type of, you know, one semitone higher towards the end kind of thing that you get in Eurovision. So
like diva style.
Yeah.
But Lie to Me is out now. It is 100% you. You wrote the song, you produced it. It's your voice, obviously, in that song. Tell us what the song is about.
Well, this song took me about like 1 year to finish, actually.
That's a long time for a song, right?
That is a long time for a song. I think that was probably because I did all of it myself, apart from mixing and mastering. But I like to take my time with stuff. It was basically after my breakup, and ended up with a little bit of a, let's say, I don't like to use the word depression. I think it's being overused these days, but yeah, I wasn't really happy at those days, and I felt like I was always starting writing songs with the guitar. You know, it was a crybaby ballad first. You know, if you don't love me, at least lie to me. You know,
that's kind of cute. Though.
It's kind of cute though, but not the way that you want to go. So I I think I kind of through this experience I found my sound, and I was like, okay, I don't want to do it like this anymore. I just want to get over this, not only this, you know, experience, but over this sound that I was having at that time. And that was when Lie to Me was born. I just came up with I started doing that track, you know, that used to be a ballad over a dance tempo, and it worked very much. So yeah, well, that's basically it. And then released the track in November. It got selected, I think, after Christmas, and it already got a lot of following back when it was released on its own. And
happened quite fast, right?
It happened very fast, actually, very fast. So yeah, that's it about music. You know, these days you can spend a lot of time on a project, but if the project itself it's good, you don't have to release an album. It's only about that one song. It's only about singles, and you really have to put that time in. So yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it, hopefully.
Do you remember someone lying to you and you notice it actually? Like, situations like that are always very embarrassing. Right?
Well, of course. That's what the song is about at the end of the day, you know. So yeah, I do. Is there a follow-up question to this?
Well, I don't know a person who told us that you caught them lying, but maybe there was a situation where you're like, oh, but don't tell me this. I actually know that you're lying to me right now.
Yeah. Because you know I asked that question because usually people are like, so what was the last time you lied to somebody? Yeah. And I'm always like, yeah, that's what the track is about. I don't want to lie, and I don't like people that do this. But you know, sometimes a little lie is something that you can hand, and something it's for the best. But not in a relationship. Let's say about serious stuff.
Yeah, maybe you should keep it an honest way, right?
Yeah.
You make music right now, but you used to act and you used to model.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, music industry is a tough one. Modeling also. Acting isn't the easiest choice to achieve a career. 3 very tough jobs. So why did you choose those ones?
Well, actually, for me, it was always music from a very young age. I come from a music family, and the dream was always the same. Modeling came just as a job that back at those days I was cleaning offices. I was working as a house construction worker, you know, and then modeling came. There was an offer. I was like, okay, maybe I could do something like this. Maybe I can fund my productions from this. Not really. I really parted with modeling because I didn't really feel like the business is for me.
But you had some cool jobs, right?
I did have some cool jobs, I would say. But honestly, these days, a lot of guys do it. A lot of guys do it, and those brands know that there's a huge, wave of people just waiting to get that job. So they offer a lot of jobs for free, just for you to get that photos, and all of these things in your booklet, so that one day, maybe in a couple of years, that you're gonna get that one super cool job. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that it doesn't really make you grow. You're born with a face. You can't really change it unless you go for some plastic surgery or something like that. But in music, you can grow. You can be a better producer. You can be a better singer. You can work on your skills and develop in this way. And with modeling, you are as you are, and that's it. And people really they see you and they judge you by your appearance, and that's how I never wanted to work. So I found out that it's not really for me. When it comes to acting, I love to act. I still direct my music videos, so I'm really into that. I would love to do movies later on, and I'm really into that visual type of side of music as well. So yeah, I'm still open to that. If an offer comes and it's interesting enough, I would be down to do some acting. Really, yeah, I love it. All
right, cool. We're looking forward to see you on the big screen maybe one day.
Yeah, well, maybe. I would still love to be, behind the camera and do some directing. But we'll see. Now it's music, and if it goes along, then yes. But if it doesn't, then I will keep my music vibe.
Parents are pretty much always like, if you're like into arts and stuff, kid, you should learn something that is more realistic. And having a dream to become a singer is always
indeed
very something that is can be troublous sometimes. So what was your experience with that?
Oh yeah. Well, you're hitting the right note because I think everybody has it the same way. Of course, my parents they were really keen on me going to university and all this kind of stuff. And I remember that I came up to my dad and said, "Look, I don't want to go to university. I just want to do this music thing." And he was like, "Okay, listen, show me that you can make money out of this, and if you can, I'm fine, and I will not worry about your future." So that was right after modeling this era, actually. So I took my guitar. And decided that okay, I will make my money with music now. So I went and started busking, and that era took a longer than I was expecting it to take. There was a lot of busking in Hamburg, a lot of busking, also busking in Berlin, in Vienna, Zurich, Oslo, and I came back home, showed my dad, okay, listen, I can actually make this work, and he said, okay, it's fine. There will be no more expectations, and now he's part of my team. We work together with my dad, and
cool.
it is cool indeed. So yeah. I only graduated. I don't have university. I don't have a regular job. No, it's just music, and that's what I always dreamed of. So yeah. I'm a happy man.
Yes, I'm happy for you. That sounds really good.
Thank you.
I was in Prague like 2 or 3 months ago.
Really?
Very beautiful city. I love it. It's
is.
like my second time, but I always feel like when you're going to another city and you don't know people living there, it's always like you always do the typical tourist stuff because you don't know the city. And if I go to a city, I want to be more like somebody who's living there. I want to see like the secret places and stuff.
Yeah.
So is there anything that I have to see that you can recommend for the next visit?
Wow. So I just recently went to Petrin. Petrin, very hard word to pronounce.
Petrin?
Wow. Good job.
Yeah.
And if you go all the way up the hill, there is something that is kind of like a miniature version of the Eiffel Tower, and you get a beautiful view over there. So definitely go there. It's even higher above than the castle is.
Oh, okay.
So you can see it perfectly. You can see the whole of Prague. That's really a place to go. I would recommend that for sure. Then of course you have to stop somewhere for beer, because with all modesty, we make the best one in the world. No, it's really good.
It's a tough thing to say on a German radio station.
It is.
Germans are like, we have the best beer.
It is. But come on, guys. No. I'm sure. You also have all of the similar brands like us, like. Many brands. Let's not put down names, but I think Czech Republic is kind of known, and I think that a lot of German people, if they've been to Prague, then they can relate to what I'm saying. But what else?
The food is always very good.
It's kind of I think we have a lot of similarities in the cuisine, like us, Austria, Germany, we also do schnitzels all the time and goulash. But yeah, we have those different types of dumplings that we really enjoy doing, and we have some sauces like svíčková and stuff like this. So yeah, definitely stop by for that too. And then apart from all the touristic stuff like Charles Bridge and the Old Town Square, what would I recommend? I would also recommend. I like views, so there is a park called Letna. It's really beautiful, and it's on the higher ground. You can walk. You can pretty much see the Vltava River with all the bridges. And that's also really beautiful. So yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, then yeah, I'll recommend these places.
Also a romantic place if you're like having a date or something.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But Prague is very romantic on its own, you know. So yeah, it's hard not to find a romantic place.
This goes out to all the lovers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Prague is a cool place to go if you're in love, I would say.
I know that you can speak a little German.
Ein bisschen, ja.
Ein kleines bisschen.
Ein kleines bisschen.
Wo hast du Deutsch gelernt?
Also I lived in Vienna at Schönbrunner Straße for nearly a year or something like this. And also I've studied German for a little bit, but I'm always very cautious when it comes to speaking, because mostly I speak in English now. I know some, but sometimes it just ends up with an embarrassing, outcome when I don't really know, but I try to put it down. And all of the people that I work with, like my sound engineer is from Vienna. He's always like, please, do not try to speak German. You will only embarrass yourself. So I'll be listening to his advice. Ja, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen, aber ich bin nicht sehr gut. So please forgive us for not doing this in German, and hopefully you will enjoy it anyway. So.
But we'll work on your German next time.
Please.
So it's not your first time in Berlin. You've been here before.
Yeah.
What was like the coolest or craziest memory you brought back home and were like, guys, you have to go to Berlin because?
Wow. Well, for me, it's always like these days connected to music. I had a crazy time meeting Felix Jen here in Berlin.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, I have to say I do admire him a lot. We were having a conversation about music, and throughout those 10 minutes when he was speaking, I learned so much. So Felix Jen, that's a cool thing about Germany. I would love to to meet him again and have some talks about music. But when it comes to Berlin itself, I remember seeing a place that I can't remember, but perhaps you can help me out with this one. It's like it used to be a squat place. Now it's a building that you can go to, enter it, and it's like of a chill out zone or a park. You go there and the building still looks like there's a lot of graffiti on it, but it's open to public. Not really sure if you know this place because it's kind of hidden maybe. But I remember that this place really got into my mind, and I would love to see it again, but I can't remember where it is. So.
Oh no, I can't help you. Kelly, weißt du Bescheid?
Wow.
Like a building that has a lot of graffitis.
Graffitis, it used to be a squad.
Like broken windows and stuff?
Broken windows, it was a place where people addicted to drugs used to go to, and now they remade it into a public park. I will have to ask the teacher because I was here on a school trip with him, and he was the one who took us there, so I'm gonna have to write him a text and let you guys know to go there because it's a cool place, and Berlin on its own, I mean, Berlin has a vibe on its own. It's a really free place to me. Compared it, for example, to the town where I come from, it feels like there's a lot of acceptance here, and you can just dress however you like, do whatever you like, and people accept that. So me coming from a more like a traditional kind of place, we don't have that. So that's the thing I enjoy about Berlin the most. So yeah, but I have the city still to see. Haven't seen a lot of it.
Alright, next time I'll show you around like the secret and hardest places, the fucked up places, the coolest party location. It's going down for real.
Please do, I would love that. Love that.
We'll do that. Let's talk about the crazy stuff you get to experience. I mean, you travel around many different countries. You get to get to see a lot of different cities. What was like the craziest thing you experienced so far?
Wow,
like a once in a lifetime moment. Of course, the Eurovision Song Contest, but
I would have to say going to Madrid was insane. I announced that I'm coming over, and people were waiting in front of the hotel. That was the first time this happened to me, and then I had a meet and greet, and so many people came over there. I don't know why, but Spain is really, I think, like I receive a massive following from Spain and all these Latino countries. So that to me was like, I've never been here before, but when you 6 months ago I had pretty much like 5,000 people on my Instagram. Now of course it grew, and you come somewhere
almost 500,000, right?
Yeah, nearly like 430 right now, which is insane. Wow. Insane to this kind of upgoing in such a short time is insane. And then you come to a city like Madrid that you've never been to, and people know you there, and you're like, 6 months ago nobody would give a damn. So that was insane. And then I went to the Israel pre-party, and I played in front of 30,000 people, and that was a moment where I was like, oh my goodness, this is really for real. I was coming up on stage and people cheered, and they cheered in a way that you can feel the stage vibrating, so you can feel it in your legs. I've never really experienced that before. That's something I will never forget, and hopefully there are many gigs like this to come. But yeah, I just came from Vienna, where I was having a songwriting session, and of course Vienna I know very much. But traveling around is part of being a musician these days. I love the fact that you get to see new places nearly every week, and hang out with people that you wouldn't probably never hang out with. So this is what I love about the job. Yeah.
Really cool. You get to see a lot of fans. You just said Madrid was like totally crazy. Is there a specific fan that did something or said something where you're like, I will remember this forever?
I remember that we were taking pictures with some fans, and the girl asked me, could you please get on your knees like you're proposing to me? I was like, oh. I haven't done that before. And they're really free. And then sometimes fans are like, these days, I know some fans from, for example, like from Australia. They send me packages with chocolate and stuff like this.
So good. I want packages from Australia too.
This is the best part of this job. You get stuff for free.
So good.
There's this girl. Also, I know their names. This girl from Australia is called Bloss. Then there's Mered in Belgium, and she does crazy paintings. And she did like a real life cartoon painting of me that she keeps at her place.
She has to send it to her, of course.
I mean, like, this is insane. And then a lot of fan art, a lot of crazy, beautiful drawings that I receive, and yeah, I love this fact about my fans so much. They're so dedicated and so into it that, well, especially if you know what it felt like, half a year ago, where nobody was texting you, nobody gave a damn, and now you get this. It's a really huge step, and to get your head around it is not easy, but I love it, and I love them, and I have to give a shout out to all my fans because you guys are the best. So yeah.
Thanks for the chocolate.
Thanks for the chocolate. Please send some more.
We have the Fuck You hotline at Kiss FM.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like actually really cool. Like our listeners can call us and say, "Hey, I want to say fuck you to the pizza, which was cold yesterday. I want to say fuck you to the person who hit my car." Or something like that. Is there like a situation that bothers you where you're like, I want to send a fuck you? It doesn't have to be a person. It can be a thing or something that really makes you angry.
Wow. I always try to keep all this negative, stuff, but let's keep it cool, and let's just send a little fuck you to, I got kicked out from musical school, and then when I was studying
What have you done?
I was just not good enough, I guess, because they really follow that classical type of thing, and I was always like, I like to do things my way, so it didn't really we didn't really get in the same train, and then when I went to my high school, I was trying to graduate from music, but I nearly got kicked out of that school because of music. I got an E for my report.
No way.
And that was when my first single was nearly already out. So yeah. So a little fuck you to that music teacher over there who didn't give a damn about what I was doing, and I was asking for extra lessons when it comes to musical, like notation and stuff. He never really showed up, and he didn't have a single grade after 6 months. And I remember coming up to him and was like, "Hey, why did you give me an E?" He was like, "Well, I see you working in class and you look like an E person." I was like,
"No way.
Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, this is not cool." So a little fuck you there. Please have a nice day. Sending love from Germany.
Well, take this, haters. You still made it, right?
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. People really, especially artists, they should just follow what they feel like is right, and not what a music teacher says, or whichever authority says what. You should just do it your way, and not be depressed about if somebody gives you a judgment that you're not good enough in something. Just follow your heart. Yeah, sounds like a cliche, but it's the ugly truth. So yeah.
And it totally worked out for let's say Shakira, who recently told in an interview that her music teacher said, "No, your voice is not good enough. Stop music. It sounds like a sheep." And that turned out to be like one of her biggest, shining moments. When she sings.
Yeah, exactly. You do get a lot of feedback from people who are maybe talking too much and saying things that they should not be saying, because then it can become your signature, all these things. So yeah. Shout out to Shakira too. I think a lot of people, and like most of musicians who are working in this business, had it like this, because before people turn into believers, there's that part where you have to make them be believers, and it's not an easy part. Everybody in the music industry had it. Doesn't matter where they're from, doesn't matter what position they're doing. It's just something that you really have to push on through and do it for a longer period of time until the people start, okay, this is actually, this could work, this is cool. And so yeah, that's the hard part, but it's also the lovely part, so yeah, that's what makes us different.
I mean, everybody's looking forward to get more music from you.
Yeah.
What are you up next to? Is there an album probably maybe coming, or?
I know that talking to my recording company, to Sony, we wanted to. The plan is to release it within a year, but of course there's more singles coming before that, because I would love to do a few more singles, and there's a Spanish version of "Lie to Me" coming along.
I mean, of course, if the Latino countries love you,
I have to support the demand, like I have to make those people happy, and I also I love the Latino world, and I graduated from Spanish actually, so there's
there's a connection.
There is some connection, yes, and I just came from Vienna, working with really amazing people. They have 40 platinum records and work with Selena Gomez and stuff like this. And I think we managed to come up with some really sick stuff. So there's a little teaser for you guys, and I hope it's gonna come out soon. So yeah, a lot to look forward to, I would say. I'm still keeping it myself, and love where it's going. So yeah, now it's the real thing. You know, Eurovision's over, and now let's see how it works in the real life. And I think it's going to be great. So
yeah, fingers crossed.
Thank you, thank you.
Mikolas Josef heute hier bei Tolga Meets auf 98.8 Kiss FM. It was very good to see you.
Thank you.
Visit us next time in Berlin. We're gonna party and destroy the town.
Sure. Thanks a lot for having me. Really, maybe this is even a historic moment. I'm not sure if you get a lot of people from my country, but maybe I'm the first ever. So
I think you actually are.
Yeah.
So you're making your country proud.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, but still, no. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, and hopefully see you soon. Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Dab it.
There's one thing we're going to do.